Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Control. Let's continue. So, we kind of had the best story ever so far, in which we actually kind of cared about who the bad guy was that we were fighting. I'm going to see if I can use this to transfer myself. Okay, yeah, this will just... The light switch will just transport me back to where we were, and we ran through this, but we couldn't get the anchor item because it was causing all these clocks to appear, and the fear was that the clocks would cause the the medic who was with us to get hurt. So we found the medic here and he started following us, and now this is basically a nowhere area. I could have also fast traveled to that fast travel spot. That would have required more transferring and walking than I would have preferred. You can see that there's health all over the place. So, should I bother to try and deal with these guys? Or just ignore them and run? I guess if you don't grind a little bit, you're going to never have enough to upgrade everything. It would be nice if I could upgrade all of my weapons. So we saw there was a radio in here, and the radio is there, but now the X button that I saw here is missing. So either the X button was a glitch and you weren't supposed to ever be able to press it, or something else happened. Because there's one of these sealed off doorways on both sides.
This is the safe room Will showed me. The one with the altered item inside.
So there's supposed to be an anchor in here as an altered item. And interesting, it's turned into not a safe room, but a room, a deeper room. And I imagine,
great,
with all this
more
time
clocks.
travel, there will be some weirdness happening. Imagine we might have to do a board platforming challenge also. Feels like I'm getting smaller and smaller. So, and do that to get up there. Do that to get up there. Do that to get up here.
How am I supposed to get across that?
Hit the wrong button, sorry. It did save when I picked up that item. It seems to save every time you pick up an item. There's something over there. There's something over there. Right. And there's another bureau alert. And I'm just gonna fall to my death? Seriously? This game lets that happen way too often. Way too often are you encouraged to fall to your death. Let's see. I don't even know where I am now. I think I'm I think... No, that's not it. That's a bathroom. This is the turntable area. And this is that weird something or other there, and then there's some red here. I don't think this is the right way either. Yeah, if the game is gonna decide to fast travel me somewhere, it's gotta kind of tell me where the fast travel area is. There it is. It's back this way. Up the clock pile. Back through here. And through here.
This is the safe room Will showed me. The one with the altered item inside. Great. More clocks.
So, if I was supposed to shoot a clock over that direction, that wouldn't really make a lot of sense. Because, yeah, by the time you climb up to this, you've kind of run out of clocks.
How am I supposed to get across that?
Well, I guess there is something there. There's the anchor. This doesn't feel like it's an Indiana Jones thing where there's actually a penitent path or something. It doesn't seem like there's any higher way to go. And they want me to go to the sealed threshold hall, is where this quest says to go. Alright, I'm gonna try this. Like, you can infinitely dash all you want. It's not quite high enough. I didn't even know I could do that, though. So either I can't do this quest, like, or I can't do it right now because I don't have a quest, or there's something else I'm missing. It wants me here. Why is this respawning right now? I don't know. Let's see. And I would hate to have to read some of this dialogue. Some of the dossiers and things that we've been ignoring for up until this point. Alright. We'll try some different things. We'll
Great. More clocks.
work our way up and then work our way back. Alright. I think maybe I am supposed to just power through that and dash and dash and dash and dash and dash. That. Alright. This way. This way. This way. Jump this way. This stopped being entertaining a while ago.
This is the safe room Will showed me. The one with the altered item inside. Great. More clocks.
Yeah, that barely made it. So it is believable that they've just not made this easy.
That?
A does not work. That's not doing anything. A dash 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 dash. But I feel like I need to have a little bit of height too. So I kind of feel like I need to jump from where I'm standing on top of this box and dash. And just hope it works. I can't do it. That was the best chance you possibly could ever get. There's some flying ability I clearly don't have right now. Alright. So let's not waste any more time on that mission. And instead go here to the next mission. Right, and then we'll fast travel. Okay. This wants me, I think, to fast travel to logistics and start from there. We have 3 abilities. What could we use our 3 abilities on? Well, energy. If we got more energy, we could do more dashes, but that's not the main problem. Shield. I kind of want to use shield to see what this leads to. Or seize people. It might not be a bad idea to increase the amount of seizing, because we are having to do that a lot more. And now we have an additional personal mod, so we have fully upgraded that. So yeah, I want to see where this leads. I doubt the shield does anything helpful. It would be nice if they did, if it did. Fast travel now to just logistics. We're gonna get a loading sequence, which is not really justifiable. Right. So we just want to go straight this direction and push the main story forward. This is security and the panopticon. Maybe once we do the main story, we'll get some ability to fly. Here's a wall of valor. Now in the FBI, they put black stars for at least the people that are classified. Putting actual names here for the Federal Bureau of Control is interesting to say the least. Of course, then the question also becomes, are the black stars legitimate? Are the numbers made up to be larger? Are the numbers made up to be smaller? One has to either go by faith one way or the other. This is clearly a major security check, but it's questionable why there wasn't more of a security check like this at the front door. Do we want to go to the medic wing, or do we want to go just straight? Let's go ahead and look at the medical wing. It seems like every wing has something of interest. Can I hit this guy, or am I going to miss them? They're like through glass. That was not effective, so let's forget the medic wing. I've had far too many deaths in a row going on now. And there's no way that falling off a cliff can be pitied. Like, very, very little ways to do that, at least. Yeah, I'm just gonna play like the character would play. Jesse wants to meet her brother, who was potentially supposed to be the new person in charge, but turned out to get corrupted, and so they left him in quarantine because his abilities were so crazy powerful. I can't hit any, I can't do any launch through any of this. I can't jump over the fence, so this gate doesn't help. This gate doesn't open. This gate doesn't open. So this is an interesting idea where I'm fighting people through metal bars, and they're fighting me through metal bars. But I don't know how good of an idea this is. Seems kind of dumb. Yeah, there's no hole in the fence or anything. And clearly there's something to collect over there, but you know what? That might work. Alright, you're now free. Go find the other enemies and kill them for me. Meanwhile, I'll look to see if there's something here. This is a dull way to fight a game. I can't imagine this is what they intended for this experience. Oh, by the way, I have another personal mod. I forgot about that. This guy's just hiding. So is it worth it to try and finish off this one guy that's becoming able to find me, or should I just try to go back into the medical wing? Alright. So health recovery increase is not super helpful. Launch energy cost being reduced, somewhat helpful. Shield strength might be a little bit more helpful. This is health recovery on pickup is 26, where this is health is 41 on pickup. C speed increased by 70%. That's really what I would want more than anything else. Because if I get hit by one grenade, I'm already close to a quarter dead anyways. Where are you? Where are you, enemy? Yeah, he's somewhere way over there. Yeah, he's over in the corner, and he cannot figure out how to run into me and fight me. Yeah, so that fight is just gonna go on forever. Let's see if we can deal with this fight. There we go. There's one guy on our side. Let's see how well he fights on our side. No. That's a nightmare scenario there. It's a total nightmare scenario. I can't survive this. Like, seriously, what am I supposed to be doing right now? This is the main storyline quest. The only way it seems like I can get over there is taking on a ridiculous amount of shielded enemies. The game at no point has upgraded our abilities in any real way. So the only thing I can imagine they want me to do is they want me to trigger the pity calculator and deal with it in that fashion. Just die here 3-4 times. I guess that was only 4 really, really strong bad guys that time. Let's see. I don't have a level 6 security. Darn it! I would have sworn level 5 would have been the maximum security level. It is... I get that they're trying to do a Metroidvania type thing here, but I've never played a Metroidvania where it's just a security keycard that keeps going up by one number over and over again. This looks like a real medic wing. There's nothing weirdly strange about it. At least so far. Other than these boxes. One, they might need to explain. There's no plumbing on that sink, by the way. They might have been better to explain what these are. Are these some kind of containment items that have gun mods that are objects of altered objects but not very powerful altered objects? Or is there something more to it than that? Because it is weird that every shelter seems to have one of these trash cans, for lack of a better term, that just has items, building materials. There's a locked door, and I think this is how we get into the security center going forward. And it feels like we're going to be fighting with more of the mold creatures, more of that fungus, which I'm cool with that because frankly getting away from dealing with the hiss is appreciated. Well, it would be appreciated if I didn't realize how strong these guys were going to be. Oh my goodness. Please tell me I don't have to go fight those big guys again. It would have been nice if there was some lines of dialogue too. If it wasn't just the hiss controlled people were completely quiet. Like, if they were saying, the mold creatures are attacking, fight back, or they're coming, something along that line. That would have been appreciated. Nope. The good news is this looks like this is a different group of people, so it should be a little bit easier to take on. That was a little bit easier, yeah. Let's see what's in here. So it's a little weird to be in the middle of a fight. Ah, I've now gotten down the shooting gallery. So I can kill these guys faster. Crouch through there. Almost certainly there are some people over there, but I don't see them. Is there anybody coming this way? So I transferred a couple of the mold guys on my side, but I'm not sure that they were actually not hurting me also. So we did just have a save spot. Seriously? There's these decontamination showers all over the place. Is there any collectibles here? Can I see them? My fear is I'm gonna step in some place that just hurts me because I'm stepping there. Well, I walked through a room and it healed me. Interesting. Wonder why it did that. Maybe out of pity. Or maybe it checkpoints and heals people always. So they were taking mold people, I guess, to the medical wing. I need health terribly bad. Otherwise, I'm going to probably end up dying again and having to reset. Almost sounds like birds. Maybe I'm just hearing things. There's another presentation office. You know, this would be more interesting if this was just the FBI building. That being said, they're doing a terrible disservice to what the FBI building, the Hoover building, could look like, because they really have just turned it into the most boring version that you could imagine of a government building. I'm not seeing anything here that would. Right, and that is the Prime Candidate Program and the Transit Corridor. So that's where we're supposed to go. And there's dead bodies that can be shot if you want. There's a lot of dead bodies lying around. They can be shot, or floating bodies that can be shot if you want to. There are sore excuse for an actual enemies, though. Unlike zombie games where you have that fear that they'll come back to life and they'll attack you, we have never seen any indication that that would happen. I believe this is the area with the where the large fight happened, and so I think it despawned all the enemies that were over here. There's considerably few number of survivals in each of these rooms. It would make more sense if there was somebody that you freed in one of these rooms each time. Right. So how does one open the door? Over here. You set off a bunch of alarms that didn't do anything. But it did make a shortcut, so now we no longer have to go through the medical wing if we don't want to. So that's nice. Map-wise, yeah, it seems like the prime candidate program over there that's a level 6 would be a factor.
P6 is what the Bureau calls Dylan. His cell's been breached. Has the Hiss found him? Are you there with him? Can you protect him?
And the entity with you doesn't respond at all. The question is the Hiss him? Is the Hiss Dylan in the first place? Almost certainly the answer is yes. So back we go to the Ocean View Motel, and honestly, I don't get the whole point of this. It's not really a security system or anything. It's just a weird middle transition area. Here we're screaming. Now hearing screaming. There's no clock this time. There's blood in 223. But I don't know how to open 223. Doesn't seem like that happens. This room is upside down. Great. Good for it. I mean, who really cares? This room is right side up. Looks like the light is yellow now in this picture. Good for it. Like, this really isn't changing much as far as I care. Doesn't even look like a puzzle that time. It just feels like they wanted you to move the story forward, so they showed the room was upside down. We can see now that picture is turned right side up. So maybe now this will open door 1 again and set the room right side up, and then have the key set right this time. Yeah. So the key probably was on the ceiling and I just didn't see it. By the way, this room doesn't have that light. So these weird lights seem to appear and disappear, but they don't seem to mean anything else. They look like they're UV lights, that's something you'd use against like vampires or something. But there are no vampires in this story as far as I can tell. If we are going to fight Dylan as a boss, are we going to have multiple fights, or is this just going to be the one fight? Are we... Callous light switch, the law of 3 applies. And how could Dylan's fight be?
It's been a long time since Dylan and I knew each other. I've wondered about him. What kind of man he'd grow up to be. Were things as hard for him as they were for me. Maybe in here, they were even harder.
Seems like there's another path. This looks like another Atlas chamber. Yeah, I don't know what would make a fight with Dylan particularly special. It really would probably just be another hiss-like enemy. Archives, P6 cell, security. Speak with the Panacopton supervisor, who, by the way, sounds crazy. And I guess this was an observation glass. And these guys are not gonna let me through, so they're probably gonna send me to some other mission somewhere far away. Langston.
Oh, hello.
I don't even recall
Is there something I can help you with?
hearing
Jesse,
Langston as a name.
I need to get inside.
New director.
This guy looks short.
Right. Well,
and
okay.
odd looking.
Hello, I'm Frederick Langston, the Panopticon supervisor.
And his voice
It's
does
not
not
the best
match
time for a
this,
tour. We have
this face at
everywhere,
all.
numerous cell breaches and system failures across the board, but you're the director, so here we go.
First person we've seen scarred.
Founded by Zachariah Trench, the Panopticon is
He has a scar, he has a bad haircut, he looks horrible.
I don't have time for this.
Power and
I was told Dylan Faden was kept here. Can you help me find him?
Faden. Sure. Darling wanted him somewhere secure and isolated away from people. He's in the maximum security cells, upper level. But there's currently a pressing matter, ma'am. We've got an object of power loose in there. It's wrecking the place. The Benikoff TV, it's a real doozy.
So another
Salvador
object of
took a team in
power.
to handle it, but no one's heard from them for hours. This is a Category 5 OOP we're talking about, and if we don't contain it soon, it will tear the Panopticon apart. And we don't want all those altered items getting loose, ma'am. No, trust me.
Dylan's in there.
Altered items
door,
and
Langston.
objects of
I'll handle
power
it.
If you say so.
seem to be the same
I
thing, so
usually tell
why
first
use
timers
two
not to
things?
touch anything, so just do that. Here, I'll get the door for you. And please, ma'am, call me Fred.
Thanks, Langston.
I don't know. She didn't call him Fred. I don't know why you would spend the energy animating a
Containment
ugly
failure
looking
in
character.
Panopticon cell 69.
Like
Get
when
it?
every other character in the
69.
game has been
I've
very
got to see what is
specifically
humorous about an escaped paranatural entity originating from cell 69, sir.
But you just said it. Come on, you guys. It's funny.
Oh, so this is how you get in. That's not a glass, that's a wall.
So many cell breaches.
The Panopticon. Dylan's close. But that object of power might wreck this place before I find him.
I have no idea what a panopticon would be. It seems to me like it's two areas in one big central area. You have a cell. Is this wing or sector? Sector 1 and 2. And that's kind of it. So we've got a fast travel station, fire break, archives. These are pretty. This looks cool. This also looks like what was that Star Wars game that was canceled? Floor 5252 or something? Yeah, it wasn't 5252, but it was two numbers. Board countermeasures. You can collect that reward. Alright, the next thing would be to go to research and deal with that. I'm just gonna take that. We've kind of run out of board countermeasures that even would be things we're likely to do. Engine 2. I guess engine 1 is somewhere over there. It seems weird that we're dealing with now potentially two objects of power. The anchor, which I can't get to, and this other, this television. I think I saw a demo where I saw enemies flying up from the side of this and attacking me. Again, one of those E3 trailers. This is a slightly different looking area. I kind of applaud that. Let's see, do we want to get under here and try to see if there's anything to see? It's just collectibles. No surprise there. Nothing on this side. And I guess nothing else on the other side here, so we'll continue to look until we can find where we're supposed to be. Guess we're supposed to go to Sector 4. That's the only door that's open. Floor 1, Unit 13. Are we finally going to get to that scene that I've heard everybody talk about? It is a mailbox that's supposed to be magic. This is like so late in the game. This is a handbag that's supposed to be magic. And a wall that's been destroyed, or some kind of shutters. So yeah, you could kind of have told a story about any of these things. These objects. Fan. A spiral circulating fan. Again, it's very much Friday the 13th, the TV series. A hammer. And they don't really have to tell any story, or maybe inside of the dossiers or the dialogues we'll run into a story that explains what each of those items do. We're on floor 1.
Something went wrong.
So we're
with the
going to
Bureau's
floor
plan to
4.
make Dylan the next director. Marshall made it sound like it was all Dylan's fault, but how much of it was what the Bureau did to him? I don't think she's telling me everything.
I see flying around his enemies. We're skipping several floors apparently, or we're gonna have to go through them later on. That looks like that might be the same guy from the mailroom. We kinda had the feeling he was gonna come back at some point. But he can't really be the bad guy, the main bad guy of the game. He would be too boring. Here's a room that seems empty. Seems like they always are recording these symbols.
Hello? Is anyone there?
This is the story. This is the side quest everybody had been talking about. Like every mainstream video game journalist that had been given early access to this game talked about this side quest. It's like 12 hours into the game.
What are you doing in there?
Oh, thank God! Look, someone has to watch this object at all times, or it deviates. My shifter blazer never showed up. Can you help me?
Damn.
I can't. I'm sorry. There's an emergency. I'll come back. I promise.
Okay, just don't forget. I can't stare at this thing much longer.
So, assist agent's cell after Dylan has been found. So you can't even do that quest until you find Dylan. So, so he has to just stare at it. Well, here's a point of power, which me claiming these doesn't seem like it does as much as I'd like it to. This just looks like a mirrored reflection is all I'm saying. I don't see any lights on in there, so. And it's not like my shadow is doing something different than what my main character is doing. Alright, moving on. There's some gunfire, which means somebody's actually on my side. Oh, look at that! We're getting these white arrows all of a sudden. This guy is moving way too fast. So, because this is an Unreal Engine game, it has all of that team-based fight mechanic stuff built into it. It's just that that's not what this game has been built around, so there's not a lot of reason why. We'll run through this and see if there's any collectibles under here. Yeah, just... So I kind of lucked into that. And these guys aren't even going to talk to me. They're just there. Just a little bit of assistance added, it seems, for not even a big reason. And I guess I could jump over there and try to land on that. I don't know what that would benefit me in any way, though, because that clearly isn't where we're supposed to go. Oh, it's hitting a dead body. It can't close on me even if it was trying. So this is where Dylan escaped, or I have to assume he escaped. I have to assume Dylan's the bad guy. Being a video game player,
the object of power.
And not,
I need to cleanse it.
And not obsessed with rescuing my brother, it's pretty obvious to understand that. Notice I wanted to touch the glass and see how that worked. See if the glass would break, and it jumped me into the middle of walking through the glass. This is another example of the object of power twisting the reality instead of the oldest house just twisting reality itself. It doesn't feel like the oldest house has the ability to channel or use the abilities of other objects of power directly, which is kind of what you would want. This is just all a cutscene right now, so I'm not pushing any buttons. Cleanse the Benkoff TV. Yeah, it's not even letting me move the camera. So the entire building is shifted. So the question, I guess, would be, is there anything around here that is a collectible or anything? Interesting. Seems like I could just walk back that direction if I wanted to escape. Now, is there something special about how this is being done in engine? Not really. Nothing would stop you from spending a lot of time and animation budget and architectural budget to make a building look like this. It wouldn't be until gravity started acting weird, or if something else happened. Even the floating objects can kind of easily be done in Unreal without a ton of extra programming. I don't think I'm doing any damage on him. Maybe I'm too far away. This guy seems like he's the middleman, so yeah, nothing happening here. So either these guys don't start until I'm closer, or they don't fight at all. Like, I'm rather close to these. It's gonna be rather frustrating. Rather frustrating if these guys decide to start attacking. Let's... Like, I can't touch the TV or cleanse it. Alright, so I'm nearly dead already. So we've got another one of these on our hands. So I've got to run in there, get ready for the fight of my life, and really kill all those guys. And it feels like all the floating people are going to get brought down in waves. So I can't even control them. And we're way back here, so might as well end the recording here. Astral constructs, by the way. Do we have anything where we could upgrade? Construct charge. I guess I do want to construct charge more than I would want to upgrade grip or shatter, because I'm not really using grip or shatter. Charge holds up to 3 explosive projectiles that can stagger enemies caught in their blast radius. Which, I guess that might be better than Pierce. Where are we with items? Otherwise, let's see. We have damage while low health plus 50 plus 53%. I wonder what low health actually counts as. Because there might be an argument to use damage while you have low health. If low health is less than 50% or less than 20%, but if it requires low health to be when you're in the red, the odds of that working are extremely low. Damage against enemy armor 95% versus 32%. Do we have other things of interest? This is projectile speed 10% versus 22%. So once we started getting some of these level 5 pickups, we're still getting level 2 pickups. Maybe if I upgraded my crafting guide, I would always get level 3 pickups instead. That's a decent argument to test. Actually, we should try that. Let's look at our personal mods. Let's see. We have shield energy cost 15% versus shield strength. That's actually different. We have C speed 54% versus what we have right now is 70%, so we can get rid of that one. And 16% versus 17%, we can get rid of that one. 14% versus 16%. Get rid of that one. So, Astral Constructs, come over here and upgrade this. This could be a huge mistake, but it might be a very smart move. It might mean now we only pick up weapon mods that are level 3 minimum, and we've just doubled the amount of resources we get when we disenchant something. As far as these mods though, and crafting them, they're always random, so I don't know why I would really craft those. Okay, I think that worked well as an idea. And it seems like we are going to get the TV as our next object of power, final object of power. Yeah. See, a 1, when deconstructed, gives you 50 of the resource. A 2 gives you 100. If I was to deconstruct a 5, it would give me 500. Otherwise, we've also got a new asset here of a conceptual corrupted sample. And then mission-wise, we have 10 main story missions done. I'm still kind of leaning towards the idea that there was only going to be about 12 main story missions. And yeah, I don't know if we're really going to do this quest. Maybe we'll do this quest, kind of depends. And then this quest I think we'll do later. And this quest we should do later. And then we didn't even get any correspondence or multimedia or hotline. So we're making even less progress as far as collectibles, or they've finally decided that we've had enough collectibles, which either could be true. Like, there's such a ridiculous amount of text here. And this text element is definitely not going to be something that makes the game better. Like, particularly as I'm banging my head against these enemies, I wish I could just throw all this paperwork at them and kill them with a paper cut, because that's as helpful as it is. I seriously doubt hidden in some of this is some secret way to defeat his enemies or some strategy. We really just don't have any abilities that feel like they could be a strategy. As for objects of powers, we collected that one, we collected that one, we collected that one, although that didn't give us any special ability really. And we collected that one, that gave us dash. We collected that, that's our gun. And we collected that, and that lets us control people. So yeah, there really is only going to be one more, isn't it? And then everything else is alter world events, where I guess what AWEs are, and then you have altered objects, items that are not objects of power. So I don't even understand the difference there. Like, why do you have two different classifications between the objects of power and altered world events? Why aren't all of those on the same level? Well, despite my complaints about the story, let's end it here. that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.